The three men convicted of killing Ahmaud Arbery in Georgia more than 3 years ago now are taking part of their case to a higher court. One of the arguments says prosecutors did not prove that they killed Arbery because he was black. Gregory McMichael, his son Travis McMichael, and their neighbor William Roddy Bryan, they were all convicted in Arbery's 2020 death.
The three were also found guilty of federal hate crimes for the act, which is what the three men are now trying to appeal to the 11th Circuit in Atlanta. News for Jax reporter Joe McLean joining us live tonight with a look at how the men are making this case. Joe?
Yeah, in order to get those very, very serious convictions on all three of these men, federal prosecutors really had to prove certain things about what happened in that Satilla Shores neighborhood that day. Now, all three of these men, though, they're challenging. They say the federal prosecutors failed to prove certain aspects of the case.
25-year-old Ahmaud Arbery was jogging through the Brunswick neighborhood on February 23, 2020. He was confronted by Gregory and Travis McMichael, who began to chase him, with William Roddy Bryan following and filming with his cell phone. The clip shows the moments when the McMichaels catch up and attempt to capture Arbery. And when Arbery tried to resist and escape, Travis fires his gun, shooting and killing Ahmaud Arbery. Gregory McMichael's appeals argue that the court failed to prove that he acted because of Arbery's race and color. Also, that the court didn't sufficiently prove that he attempted to kidnap Arbery because of some kind of reward or benefit. The elder McMichael's appeal also points to a possible technicality with the status of the vehicle the father and son were using during the attack, and questioned whether the street through Satilla Shores was technically defined as a public facility. Travis McMichael's appeal challenged the use of a thread from the Satilla Shores Facebook page as evidence that the two knew the street was a public place. His appeal also pointed to some possible error in the state's assessment of how the McMichaels used their vehicle, saying it shouldn't have met the definition of an attempted kidnapping. Like Gregory's appeal, William Roddy Bryan's argument pushes back on the idea that his motive for confronting Arbery was because of his race, because Arbery was making use of a public street, and because Bryan wanted to gain some kind of reward or benefit for kidnapping Arbery. Curtis Fallgatter is an attorney not affiliated with this case. He said getting a jury verdict like this overturned is an extremely heavy burden.
And that is a motion where you say the judge should have basically thrown the case out, which means no reasonably minded jury would convict. That's an incredibly high standard. Appellate courts hardly ever reverse on that standard.
Now, the case is set to go before the 11th Circuit Court of Appeals in Atlanta, with all three of these convicted men arguing for that their case be argued out in court. Oral arguments is what they're calling for. As a reminder, the McMichaels, Gregory and Travis, received life sentences for their federal crimes, and Bryan got 35 years on those federal charges. Now, that is in addition to the state sentences that they received. Reporting live, I'm Joe McLean, Channel 4, the local station.
Thank you, Joe.